you. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Islamic Human Rights Day. Actually, in Islam, there is no one day that celebrates human rights. Islam embodies human rights as a faith, as a religion, because it covers all aspects of a human being's life. And under Islam, protection for the vulnerable, rights of women, rights of the poor, even rights of a child, they're all protected. They're prescribed in our holy book. And of course, the example of human rights observance has been laid by our Prophet, peace be upon him, and his family, the Ahle Bayt. And the greatest example of that, of course, was the sacrifice of Imam Hussain alayhi salam at Karbala. So when we talk of Human Rights Day, it's a Western concept, because every day in a Muslim's life should embrace human rights. That is part and parcel of what the spirit of Islam is. Unfortunately, the Muslim Ummah today has forgotten about the spirit of Islam, and therefore this aspect of human rights being an integral part of Islam. And so we have Muslims suffering all over the world. We have the crisis situation in Yemen, where innocent civilians are being killed in conflict involving different Muslims, Muslim states, Muslim groups. We have, for example, the inhumane situation of occupation by Israel, an illegal occupation where Israel is committing war crimes in Palestine. And of course, in Pakistan's own neighborhood, we have the issue of Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, where we see a revival of the fascism that was practiced by the Nazis now being embodied in the Hindutva supremacist ideology of Narendra Modi's government. So we find excesses being carried out, and unless the Muslim Ummah and the powerful states in the Muslim world get together and decide that they must go back to the spirit of Islam and the human rights that are embodied in our great faith, our Muslim people will continue to suffer. But the time has come that the Ummah, especially the Muslim people, must raise their voice and must take up the cause of suppression and denial of human rights of Muslims wherever they occur, whether it is Yemen, whether it is Palestine, whether it is Kashmir, and of course whether it's the Rohingyas. And let us not forget what Muslims are also being subjected to in denial of their rights in European countries, where some countries have, like Austria, have closed mosques. Other countries in Europe don't allow Muslims the right to wear the dress they want to wear. But why are Muslims being subjected to this denial of their rights? Unfortunately and sadly, the answer lies within ourselves. Muslims and the powerful Muslim states and the Muslim rulers are to blame for the plight of the Muslim Ummah across the world. So I would once again urge the Muslim Ummah, the Muslim leadership, to please think of the spirit of Islam, which is the one faith that embodies the spirit of human rights, gives rights as part of its teachings of faith. And let us implement those rights so that we implement the true spirit of our great faith, Islam.